The 2022 season has been a roller coaster one for Ferrari, and it seems like the team has struggled a lot to get on top of its problems. As a result, it's almost certain that whenever situations like this occur in one team, that team will have discussions about replacing the management. Even if this turns out to be the truth, is it the right thing that Ferrari needs to do in order to become a more competitive version of themselves? Rumors about sacking Binotto and the entire strategy team have started to circulate around the F1 world, and the team has officially spoken about these rumors. Ferrari started the season on a high note, noting 2 wins out of the first 3 races. What's more, Verstappen retired from both races that Ferrari won due to reliability issues, leaving Leclerc with a commanding lead. This lead was 46 points at one point, but then issues started piling up on the Maranello team, and now they are struggling to keep the second spot in both championships. It's safe to say that Binotto is currently on the hot seat at Ferrari, but we'll explain later in this video why he doesn't deserve to be sacked. To begin, we'll discuss some of the issues that have raised some eyebrows and left some people scratching their heads in the F1 world. Ever since Monaco, the team has struggled to get a hold of their own tactics. For example, the double stacking process in Monaco was done so poorly that both Ferrari drivers lost positions to Red Bull ones. In Silverstone, Leclerc was left as a sitting duck after the second safety car restart, and that caused him to lose positions to Sainz, Perez, and Hamilton afterwards. We recall the iconic photo of Leclerc being schooled by Binotto, who allegedly told him that he couldn't say whatever he wanted to the media about the situation in Silverstone. Rumors started to circulate about Leclerc and Binotto not being on speaking terms after Silverstone, and the shenanigans continued afterwards in Spa. During the Belgian GP, Leclerc had a very unfortunate race, but when he wanted to take the fastest lap out of Verstappen's hands, he received a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane and was briefly passed by Alonso. Therefore, he lost the position to the Spaniard, as Ferrari managed to be in the center of attention yet again. France had a similar weekend to this one, and all in all, it seems like the Maranello team does indeed struggle with their own tactics. This is why a renowned journalist from Italy, Leo Turini, spoke about this situation unfolding in the future, adding that the chairman of Ferrari, John Elkann, will consider the situation in the team and will make Binotto think about the situation of him being the principal of the team in the future. The latest blunder happened in Brazil, where during qualifying for the sprint race, Leclerc was the only driver on intermediate tires because the team believed that heavy rain was on its way. That caused Leclerc to lose time during the qualifying process, and he wasn't able to climb the ladder in Q3 and finished P10. What's even more frustrating for Leclerc is the fact that the team called him to pit for softs, but only when he passed the pit stop entrance. That is why Turini thinks that Ferrari will rethink their options in the future, adding, "For sure, John Elkann will make Binotto weigh the Mercedes 1-2 in Brazil. There is a lot of chatter around, and it's inevitable. The World Championship has been missing for the Rosa for too long, but it would be a mistake. Change for change's sake is no guarantee of victory, and the 2023 car is already ready. But I want to be frank, Binotto should only stay if he has the full confidence of top management." Turini also spoke about the potential replacements for Binotto, adding, "There are many self-nominations. We'll see. But are these rumors true? According to the team, nothing of the sort will happen, as they have full trust in Binotto and his team of tacticians. True, they've done a lot of stupid things, but the engine's reliability issues are something that need to be addressed rather than firing people because of them." In relation to speculation in certain media regarding Scuderia Ferrari team principal Mattia Binotto's position, Ferrari states that these rumors are totally without foundation. However, it's safe to say that Leclerc isn't the happiest driver on the grid as of now, and one huge factor in that could be his relationship with Binotto. During the race in Brazil, Leclerc asked for Sainz's place in P3, mostly because the team had reportedly discussed a situation in which Sainz would have been ahead of Leclerc and the Monegasque would obtain his position. This would have been done to help Leclerc secure the P2 position in the Drivers' Championship, or at least be much closer to it, now that Perez is threatening to take it away from him. Leclerc said that he is very furious with the team and how the situation unfolded for the team, especially after they discussed things previously in the garage, as he further elaborated, "I had that earlier shunt. so to finish P4 is great. I asked on the radio in the last few laps about switching positions. I was frustrated about that in the heat of the moment, because we had that discussion before the race, and for some reason, we changed our minds, which I don't know why. It was frustrating, and I hope that in Abu Dhabi we'll be fast enough for me to get the second place in the championship. If not, it's like this. Carlos did an incredible job, and he deserved that P3 in the podium because he did a great race. Again, if we didn't have that discussion prior to the race, I wouldn't have asked. So should Ferrari sack Binotto? Obviously, if they don't, which doesn't appear to be happening anytime soon, they'll have to put him and Leclerc at the same table and work on their relationship. Also, Ferrari does need to understand that if the team wants to have a driver champion, there needs to be a number one in the team at some point. Leclerc was the current leader until certain conditions were met, with signs showing significant improvement and potentially dethroning Leclerc. On the other hand, if we see where Ferrari was back in 2019 when Binotto was appointed as a team principal, you can't deny that they've improved a lot. According to Elkin, Binotto was given a goal back in 2019 to put the team on a winning path in 2022, which is exactly what he did. Now the expectations were extremely high due to the fact that they finished 1-2 in the first race in Bahrain, and it was obvious that they had the more superior car compared to Red Bull. Reliability issues have ruined many seasons for many other teams other than Ferrari, so it's nothing new. However, you can't allow your team to be the laughingstock of the sport just because of your shot-calling abilities. With that being said, it's obvious that Ferrari has a lot of homework back in Maranello, and sacking Binotto just because it's the easiest thing to do doesn't necessarily mean that it's the right thing to do. While Leclerc is obviously not satisfied with how the team performed in the 2022 season, it goes without saying that he needs to do a better job of driving the Ferrari car due to the fact that a driver's mistakes are something that can mess up a whole championship fight. In Imola and in France, we've seen a version of Leclerc that we aren't supposed to see, and it's evident that he is far away from the level that Verstappen is performing at. Although Verstappen is very aggressive and arrogant at times, it does win championships for him, unlike Leclerc, who is relying too much on his team to make the right decisions for him. That's what happened in Monaco, and that's what happened in Brazil, which is why his races were severely hurt on these occasions. That is why many fans are calling for Binotto and his entire team to be sacked, although this is a very rare possibility to happen. If Binotto remains the team's leader, which is the most likely outcome of this situation, the team will have a lot to work on during the winter break and will thus be even better the following season. With the new regulations set to take effect in 2023 and beyond, Ferrari is looking to reclaim the championship. What do you think is next for Binotto and Ferrari? Let us know in the comments below.